Good morning. Welcome to this Bitcoin update. So, not really as much has changed in the last few days. We are still going sideways, and we are getting rejected from the value area high here, and now we're getting rejected at the point of control, and we've lost these anchored VWAP supports as well. Currently, I'm in a short position, which was shared in the Discord, and I'm sort of targeting the 62 200 where we have an order block and some liquidity from last week as well. We do have a weekend high from Saturday, so we do have this weekend liquidity which hasn't been realistically tested. Yeah, so I mean, the markets have been very flat, to be honest. We haven't seen much volume in the markets because of the whatever presidential day it was yesterday, and plus we also have light volume from Asia, being a New Year's in those China and everything. So currently, I'm holding on to my short position to see where that goes, and I am hedged long as well from 67 200, which probably are going to get stopped out now because I moved my stop loss up. So looking at a bigger picture on what I see is that we do have some support levels. Like, for example, we don't really want to be breaking below the 66,000. We don't want to be breaking that. If we do break that, then we probably are going to come a lot lower. So, I mean, we do have this liquidity pocket here of high leveraged longs here. We also have a naked point of control here as well, which hasn't been tested. And we did actually front run the 65 level to 64,800, which I was expecting last week. That didn't really play out, to be honest. Now, one thing we must have a look at is this blue line is the monthly VWAP. So what whales and institutes are doing, they're buying the dip and they're selling into the monthly VWAP. We also have another naked point of control there, which will probably come and tap and sell back into it. So today's New York session is going to be very, very important. Now, I am going to be looking for a couple of long positions, and this is not financial advice. You need to do what you need to do, and those long positions are going to be from this is going to be a scalp back into the daily VWAP, and if it can go into the monthly VWAP, I'll be very happy because that's a $3,000 move. Yeah, if that trade does not work out, I will look for maybe, depending on what happens at the value area low, look at this order block here, which is sitting around about between 66,200 to 65,800. So this will be a double entry trade, which is going to be 50% in there, 50% lower to come back into the daily VWAP or the weekly VWAP or the previous day high and possibly the monthly VWAP. Now, if we do break the monthly VWAP and we do take out these weekend highs, there is a great possibility we're going to come for this. Yeah. So we're going to come for this because we have a lot of shorts in the market. So we'll probably come for this, break that, and we'll probably come a little higher as well. I don't expect too high, but I do expect that there is a possibility that we can get up to about 74k. So risk management is everything, to be honest. But you can scalp these levels on a day-to-day basis, which are very good. So for a trader's environment, it's very good because it's a good scalping range. But it does look like we're trying to build some type of base here, and this has happened before. This has happened before because if we have a look at the 4-hour chart, and I do believe that we probably eventually, once we take out the upper range liquidity, we probably will come back and retest this low here as well. So I want to show you something. Well, this is the range from March 24 all the way into October. It's quite a few months, and it seems like there's a great possibility we may form a range in this area for a good 2 to 3 months. While we can build some liquidity positions, institutes, and see what really happens. Because I do believe that we will come back up to at least 96,000. We do have some CME gaps here in the 80s, but we also have some inefficiencies in single prints that we haven't filled, not to mention some daily naked pronto controls. So we do have a naked pronto control at 75 and 78 and 88, and you got these ones here. I'm not worried about the 100k ones, but there is a great possibility we may come back into at least 90s, 96. There's a possibility. I don't know, to be honest, but I do know that this dump that we had in January has got a lot of inefficiencies in there, and we usually come back and fill them out. So currently, like I said, I'm just playing the range, scalping, day trading, until we do see some more development. I do think that we can possibly come up to about 72, between 72 and 76, before seeing another continuation lower into maybe 60k, 58k, 59k, and that would be the manipulation phase, and then we can see an expansion back up. Yeah, so it's clear as day where you need to short for day trade. I mean, we are getting rejected. Look at this monthly VWAP. We're getting this rejection. We can see this clearly on order flow as well. You can see that here we are rejecting the monthly VWAP, and we're having a lot of sell into the VWAP. So you buy low and sell high. Now, the level I was actually talking about earlier on is actually this level. I do think that we are going to come back into this zone, but I think I think we will probably come up to maybe into this area first, see a rejection for a continuation lower before we revisit this area. I think we will definitely revisit this area, no doubt about it. So let's get rid of that. Let's just turn this to, get rid of that. I just want to show you that we see these longs being opened up here in the top of range, but you're longing the top. They just want to sell into the monthly VWAP, so you got to be very, very careful on how you take positions. What I'm trying to say is take profit. If you're buying in lower on spot or actually futures, you want to take some profits, basically. I mean, more related to futures, because with spot you can actually hold on to it. It's not going to be too much harm. Now, if you do want to learn about day trading this, I mean, to be honest, whether you think we're in a bear market or bull market, it makes no difference. The environment always changes for Bitcoin, and the environment that we're in now is a scalper's paradise. So I'd like to thank the sponsors of the channel. The first one is BYDFI. They do a very good deposit bonus. For $1,000, you get $200. If you deposit $20,000, you get $2,000. And if you're doing lower amounts, there are other bonuses there as well. They've got good liquidity, they're acceptable on fees, and they have an amazing support system. The next exchange is KCEX, and KCEX is doing a deposit bonus as well. And the futures taker fee is 0.01, which is very good, and the futures makers fee is 0. So they are the lowest that I can see in trading fees. and they have a very good support system as well. I do use them on a daily basis. Good exchange for scalping. And the third exchange is MEXC. MEXC has been around for a very, very long time. You can sign up and claim up to $10,000 depending on your deposit bonus. Now you can actually trade other assets on MEXC as well. It's not only crypto, so go and check them out. Link is in the description to all of the exchanges. Now my Discord is now officially open, and you can have a 30-day trial free, and there's a lot of things we cover in the Discord. So we have live trading setups, expert education, 24/7 community access, and different methods for like bear market trading and obviously bull market trading. We have different strategies, and we have been pretty spot on all of our setups. So if you want a free trial of the Discord, it's free for the first month. The link is in the description below. Also, I can turn you into a successful trader in 3 days. This is not a joke. I have been teaching for the last few months, and especially in the month of February, and all my students are in profit after 3 days using a strategy that I have built with order flow as well. So if you do want to talk to my team and have a free one-to-one Zoom call where we explain the strategy, how we can make you profitable, talk about risk management, you can join this for free. Now coming back to the TA for Bitcoin, you can actually see that the order book on orders on spot and futures is quite light itself. So every time we're going up, we're selling, so we can see that it's very, very light. We do have realistically very weak bids underneath us. I mean, look at this. I mean 8.75 million is nothing. Now they do increase when we get down to 60,000, and especially down to the 50 ranges. So there is a great possibility that we can come and fill some of these bids and offload them slightly higher. And I can see that it's really even on both sides, so the bids and the asks are equal, but we need to actually see more bids come in this range to support the idea that we're going to go up. If we don't see that, it's highly unlikely we will go up. We may come and take the Saturday liquidity, but until we don't get more bids, like in the 20 million, 40 million, 50 million, 100 million, Bitcoin is looking weak. Now, there are other assets you can trade. You can trade NASDAQ, you can trade gold, silver, etc. So if you want trade setups and education on how to trade these assets, join the Discord. It's 1 month free. That's all I have for you guys. See you soon.